Well, welcome everybody, it's me, that one guy from one place at that one time, Jaguar110, and welcome to day 26 of NHL 24 predicts the NHL season. Now yesterday we only had 2 games played, one between the Buffalo Sabres and the Philadelphia Flyers. Now we predicted that Philadelphia would win, and we did get that one correct. And the next game that we had on that day was between the New Jersey Devils and the St. Louis Blues. We predicted that the Blues would win, which that did happen. So we had another perfect day in our hands, so now our record is 88-70. And so with that, let's go ahead and get to our first game of the day between the Nashville Predators and the Edmonton Oilers. So we'll see you all in Edmonton. Welcome to Rogers Place in Edmonton, Alberta, where we have our first game of the day between the Nashville Predators and the Edmonton Oilers. As we go down to center ice, get a face-off between these two teams. We'll see all of you in the final moments of the game. Here we are with 30 seconds left between Nashville and Edmonton, as both of these teams are tied at 2, so of course we're going to stick to this action until someone breaks the tie, as McDavid is going in, and he couldn't get the shot off. Kane tried to do it too, but he was pushed back a bit, and Saros makes a save. 14.5 seconds to go, face-off inside the Nashville zone, won by the Predators. Forsberg's in control, 10 seconds, trying, O'Reilly gives it down, gives it back to Forsberg, and he scores! With 5 seconds to go, he might have just given the win to Nashville. So now with 5.8 seconds to go, Edmonton needs to pull a quick one here. So they got to win this face-off. And they do. Nurse, get it down to Kane. He gets pressured and loses the puck. And the Nashville Predators win this game. And with that, let's go on ahead and get to our next game down in Arizona between the Winnipeg Jets and the Arizona Coyotes. So we'll see you all in Arizona. Welcome to Arizona Arena in Tempe, Arizona, where we have our next battle of the day between the Arizona Coyotes and the Winnipeg Jets. As we go down to center ice to get a face-off between these two teams, we'll see all of you in the final moments of the game. Here we are with 30 seconds up between Winnipeg and Arizona, as the Jets have a 2-0 lead. So the Jets are looking to keep a shutout, and the puck is still inside the Jet zone. Coyotes trying to force a goal in. It's held against the wall. Big puck battle. McBain Schmaltz takes a shot, and Hellebuck makes a great save. Face-off inside the Jet zone still. Face-off down, won by the Coyotes. Moser tried to take a shot, and he's blocked of it. Kraus loses it. Connor gets it out of the zone. And the Winnipeg Jets. Oh, a shot by the Coyotes, but it doesn't matter as the Jets make the shutout 2-0. And so with that, let's go ahead and get to our next game down in St. Louis between the Montreal Canadiens and the St. Louis Blues. So we'll see you all in St. Louis. Welcome to Enterprise Center in St. Louis, Missouri, where we have our next battle of the day between the Montreal Canadiens and the St. Louis Blues. As we go down to center ice to get a face-off between these two teams, we'll see all of you in the final moments of the game. Here we are with 30 seconds left between Montreal and St. Louis, as the Blues have a 6-3 lead and are looking. Oh, we have a penalty, a tripping. So Montreal's going to be pulling their goal. They have a 6-man advantage and soon go on the power play as they take a shot, and it's finally called off. With 15 seconds to go, we get a face-off inside the Blues zone. See if any score an advantage that the Montreal Canadiens could take, and they don't as it's dumped out. It's stopped, goes back into the zone, pass down. Slafkovsky, one-timer failed as Kapanen steals it. Buchnevich will dump it out, and that should do it for this game. So with that, let's go ahead and get to our next game down in Toronto between the Buffalo Sabres and the Toronto Maple Leafs. So we'll see you all in Toronto. Welcome to Scotiabank Arena in Toronto, Ontario, where we have our next battle of the day between the Toronto Maple Leafs and the Buffalo Sabres. As we go down to center ice to get a face-off between these two teams, we'll see all of you in the final moments of the game. Here we are with 30 seconds left between Toronto and Buffalo, as the Maple Leafs have a 6-3 lead and are looking pretty good to win this game. As they try to get it out of the zone, and they do, but are stopped at the blue line. Tuck will steal it, give it down to Power. 15 seconds to go, it's stolen, and it's dumped in. Power gets it back. 10 seconds to go, crowd's counting down. Tuck, I was trying to get something out of my system and it wouldn't go out. And the Maple Leafs win this game. And with that, let's go ahead and get to our next game down in Detroit between the Boston Bruins and the Detroit Red Wings. So we'll see you all in Detroit. Well, welcome to Little Caesars Arena in Detroit, Michigan, where we have our next battle of the day between the Boston Bruins and the Detroit Red Wings. As we go down that center ice, get a face-off between these two teams. We'll see all of you in the final moments of the game. Here we are with 30 seconds left between Boston and Detroit, as the Bruins have a 3-1 lead. But Detroit's not going to back down without a fight, as Sprong is in control inside his own zone. Get it down the Cop. He's trying to find someone open, getting pressured a bit, loses it. Sprong regains it, but he gets pushed away from it. DeBrusque, get it down the McAvoy. Pastrnak, empty netter, score! Well, that is it for today. Well, not for today. That's it for this game. So we're going to go ahead and get to our next one up in Ottawa between the Tampa Bay Lightning and the Ottawa Senators. So we'll see you all in Ottawa. Welcome to Canadian Tire Center, Jesus, in Canada, Ontario. We have our next battle of the day between the Ottawa Senators and the Tampa Bay Lightning. As you go down the center ice to get a face-off between these two teams, we'll see all of you in the final moments of the game. Well, totally forgot that swimming's a lot different. So here's the overtime note. So we know that the game is tied at 3-3. So with that, we'll see you all in the final seconds. Hagel tries to grab it and is hit by it. Cirelli in control. Get it to Paul, and it's blocked. And it's in somehow! How'd that go in? It was blocked and covered, but it still somehow sneaked past. And it's now a goal for Tampa. Well, with that, let's go ahead and get to our next game down in Washington between the Columbus Blue Jackets and the Washington Capitals. So we'll see you all in Washington, D.C. Welcome to Capital One Arena in Washington, D.C., where our next battle of the day between the Washington Capitals and the Columbus Blue Jackets. As they go down the center ice, get a face-off between these two teams. We'll see all of you in the final moments of the game. Here we are with 30 seconds up between Columbus and Washington, as the Columbus Blue Jackets have a 7-5 lead against the Capitals. Sedin trying to give it down. He does. Oshie, empty net for the Capitals. Try to pass the Backstrom. He does take a shot, but it's blocked. Laine's now in control, looking for the empty netter. Sillinger, get it down the Peke to Gaudreau. Laine! And that should do it for this game. So we're going to go ahead and get to our next one down in Philadelphia between the Los Angeles Kings and the Philadelphia Flyers. So we'll see you all in Philly. Welcome to Wells Fargo Center in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, where we have our next battle of the day between the Philadelphia Flyers and the Los Angeles Kings. As you go down the center ice, get a face-off between these two teams. We'll see all of you in the final moments of the game. Here we are with 30 seconds up between Los Angeles and Philadelphia, as the Flyers have a 4-3 lead and almost make it a 5-3. And so LA is going to have to get some control so they can pull their goalies so they can try to tie this game as Anderson keeps getting held against the wall. Frost has it. Pass it down. Atkinson's backhand shot doesn't work. Doughty in control with 10 seconds to go. Bing pass all the way down. The Grudstrom gets poke checked out of his possession. Tippett will take it. He's going to hold on to it as long as he can as Atkinson's in control in front of the Kings bench. And the Flyers win. And so with that, let's go ahead and get to our next game down in New York between the Carolina Hurricanes and the New York Islanders. So we'll see you all in New York. Welcome to UBS Arena in Elmont, New York, where we have our next battle of the day between the Carolina Hurricanes and the New York Islanders. As we go down the center ice, get a face-off between these two teams. We'll see all of you in the final moments of the game. Here we are with 30 seconds up between Carolina and New York, as the Hurricanes have a 5-1 lead. They're looking pretty good to win this game as a goal by Anders Lee! And it's now 5-2. So now with the face-off, the Islanders need to score 3 more goals to tie the game. And it's not looking good as the Hurricanes are in control. Bunting trying to find someone. Gives it back to Jarvis behind the net. Down to Aho. He's taking a couple shots as Sorokin saves. 4.7 seconds to go. Face-off won by the Islanders inside their own zone. And that should do it for this game. So we're going to go on ahead and get to our next one down in Chicago between the the Florida Panthers and the Chicago Blackhawks. So see you all in Chicago. Welcome to United Center in Chicago, Illinois, where we have our next battle of the day between the Florida Panthers and the Chicago Blackhawks. As we go down to center ice, get a face-off between these two teams. We'll see all of you in the final moments of the game. Here we are with 30 seconds left between Chicago and Florida, as the Blackhawks are losing 1-3 against the Panthers. They're trying to pull their goalie and don't gain control. Rodriguez, goalie's back in net. Paul in control. Trying to pass it. Gets it down. It's Bedard. He tries to go for something. Doesn't work. Donato. Jones takes a slap shot. And Bobrovsky saves. 6 seconds left to go. Face-off won by the Panthers inside their own zone. Forsling gets pressure. Bedard gets it to Anassia. To Donato. And it's saved. And that is it. With that, let's go ahead and get to our next game. All the way over to Minnesota. It's between the New York Rangers and the Minnesota Wild. So we'll see you all in St. Paul. Welcome to Exo Energy Center in St. Paul, Minnesota, where we have our next battle of the day between the Minnesota Wild and the New York Rangers. As we go down to the center ice to get a face-off between these two teams, we'll see all of you in the final moments of the game. Here we are with 30 seconds left between New York and Minnesota as the Rangers have a 3-2 lead and going for the empty netter, and they just missed it. Spurgeon gives it down. Gaudreau, Kaprizov, get it down the goalie of the breakaway, and he scores! It's now a tie, 3-3 game. So now, with 15 seconds to go, the game is tied 3-3. Zuccarello's in control. Loses it on a hit. 10 seconds to go. Fox gives it to Keiko. Just a Zibanejad. Get it down the Keiko, and it's stolen by Brodin. And it's stolen back by Zibanejad. And we are going to overtime. Here we are at overtime number 1 between the New York Rangers and the Minnesota Wild. With that, we'll see you all in the final seconds. And here goes LaFerriere trying to tie it up for the Rangers, and he does not get it in. And the Minnesota Wild are the winners in this shootout. And so with that, another gritty pulled by a goalie. And we'll go on ahead and get to our next game down in San Jose between the Pittsburgh Penguins and the San Jose Sharks. So see you all in San Jose. Welcome to SAP Center at San Jose in San Jose, California, between another matchup between the San Jose Sharks and the Pittsburgh Penguins. As we go down to center ice, get a face-off between these two teams. We'll see all of you in the final moments of the game. Here we are with 25 seconds left between Pittsburgh and San Jose as the Sharks have a 3-2 lead. And it's a hold. 20 seconds to go. Face-off inside the San Jose Shark zone. Won by San Jose. Burrows gets it down to Zadina. Looking for the empty netter. Hoffman takes a shot and it's blocked. Picked up by Letang. Behind the net now. Graves. Get it to Letang. Less than 10 seconds to go. They're trying to force a goal. Get it down. Malkin's in control. He tries to take a shot. It doesn't work. And the Sharks gain control and they win. And with that, let's go on ahead and get to our next game down in Vegas between the Colorado Avalanche and the Vegas Golden Knights. So we'll see you all in Vegas. Welcome to T-Mobile Arena in Las Vegas, Nevada, where we have our next battle of the day between the Vegas Golden Knights and the Colorado Avalanche. As we go down to center ice, get a face-off between these two teams. We'll see all of you in the final moments of the game. Here we are with 30 seconds left between Colorado and Vegas as the Avalanche have a 6-3 lead and are looking pretty good to win this game. But who knows, Vegas can make a miraculous comeback here. Lehkonen gets control, passes it down to Makar. He tries to get around Marchessault, but he steals the puck from Makar. And control still, trying to see if they can spoil a little bit of a victory. Slap shot bounces up behind the net. Makar goes to grab, gets hit a bit by Eichel. Barbashev, get it down to Perciangelo, and the game's over. And with that, let's go ahead and get to our next game down in Vancouver between the Dallas Stars and the Vancouver Canucks. So we'll see you all in Vancouver. Welcome to Rogers Arena in Vancouver, British Columbia, where we have our next battle of the day between the Dallas Stars and the Vancouver Canucks. As you go down the center ice, get a face-off between these two teams. We'll see all of you in the final moments of the game. Here we are with 30 seconds left between Dallas and Vancouver, as both of the teams are tied at 3, so of course we're going to stitch this action until someone breaks the tie. With 22.3 seconds to go, face-off in the Canucks zone. Dropped and won by Dallas. Sutter takes a shot, it's blocked. Robertson gets control, get it down to Pavelski. Sutter takes a shot, doesn't even reach the net. Now it does, and a backhand rebound by Robertson. It's now 4-3 Dallas. So now with 13 seconds left, we have a face-off inside the neutral zone. Vancouver wins it. They pulled their goalie, trying to score the tying goal. And it's stolen by Robertson. He's going to give it down. It doesn't go in. Hughes is in control, but he does not have enough time. And so with that, let's go ahead and get to our last game of the day between the Calgary Flames and the Seattle Kraken. So we'll see you all in Seattle. Welcome to Clement Pledge Arena in Seattle, Washington, where we have our final game of the day between the Seattle Kraken and the Calgary Flames. As we go down to center ice, get a face-off between these two teams, we'll see all of you in the final moments of the game. Here we are with 30 seconds left between Calgary and Seattle, as both of the teams are tied at 4. So of course we're going to stick to this action to see if someone will break the tie as Dubois Lindholm, and it doesn't go in. And we have a penalty. Colvinen trying to go down, and it's finally called, tripping by Huberdeau. 13 seconds to go. Face off inside the Calgary zone, and it's won by the Flames. Tanev gets hit from behind, loses the puck. Picked up by Eberle, passes down to Schultz. Burakovsky hits the bar, doesn't go in, and we're going to overtime. Here we are in overtime number 1 between the Seattle Kraken and the Calgary Flames. With that, we'll see you all in the final seconds. Eberle in control. Try to take a shot, doesn't work. Puck is in front, and it's in! Matty Beniers gets the game-winning goal! And that is it for today. Check back in tomorrow to see if these predictions were right, and we will see all of you tomorrow. It is me, that one guy from one place at that one time, Jager110, and again, we will see all of you tomorrow.